Getting pre-approved to purchase a home is quite difficult if you're a self-employed individual. And that's exactly what we're going to be talking about in today's video is how do you, as a self-employed person or someone who's in an S-Corp or someone who's in a partnership of some sort, get a pre-approval to purchase a home. A lot of lenders will not touch this. My name is Aaron White. I'm a realtor with the A-List team, and today we've got a special guest,
George Shumate with Lynn Mortgage here in Houston.
And I met George because he helped several deals that seemed impossible to get done. And that's exactly what we're going to be talking about today is what do you do as a self-employed person? So George, I actually met you because you helped me get a house. I'm self-employed as well, and my income doesn't show what it needs to get a rental property, and that's how I met you first. But then I learned that you could actually help some of my clients that are self-employed wanting to buy some pretty big ticket homes, get pre-approval. So tell me, why is it that some banks just don't approve self-employed people? I mean, I've seen people making multiple millions of dollars, and the bank just says, nope, not going to approve you. Don't care what kind of price of home you're buying, just not going to approve you.
Yeah, it's tough. It's a real problem. Traditionally banks look at tax returns. And so if you look at a tax return, like you mentioned, self-employed individuals have to take full advantage of the tax benefits that are available to them. The problem is if they do that, then they struggle to get into a home or sometimes buy investment properties.
Right.
And so that's the big struggle. And so, and it's a real problem. For example, I have a client that I did a loan for recently. She's the owner of a roofing company, high net worth earner, looking for a property in the $1.4 million range, was told she could not get a loan by 4 different mortgage bankers until she came to us. And we utilized a great product called a bank statement loan to get her in her house.
Okay, interesting. Now, George, for those of you who don't know, he's a mortgage broker, which means that he shops with many different banks out there to find the best deal that fits you and your situation to get your deal done, right? And this is where I think you bring a lot of value because you know these different lenders, but what type of lender or what type of loan does a self-employed person need to be looking for to get approved? So
most of the time what you'll look for is a non-QM loan. So non-QM is the biggest growing segment of the mortgage industry. It's not that kind of cookie cutter fit in the box type loan. It's made for self-employed individuals, business owners, investors. That's really kind of what that whole segment targets. And they're great products and do a really good job of getting you in a home.
Okay, great. So let me throw you a real hard one, right? Let's just say somebody has a cash business. They're maybe just cash heavy. They get a lot of tips. They get a lot of just different cash transactions, whatever it be. Can that person get a house?
Absolutely. Believe it or not, we've done loans for several cash businesses. And when I say that, like nail salon, landscaping companies, sprinkler companies, just because they take cash, as long as they deposit that in a bank account, we can qualify that as income. And if they're an individual or a 1099, then we can typically use 100% of their deposits as income to get them qualified for a mortgage.
Interesting. So, and I think this is a key thing because what I see is that a traditional lender that typically does just Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac loans that are backed by the government, right? They're looking for W-2 income and your W-2 payment and how you're receiving that, right? And they struggle with understanding a business profit and loss statement. They just don't understand, a landscaping business. They don't understand a car wash business and how you're making money today. And so this is where non-QM lenders that you are well connected with are better because they look at it, they can see your profit and loss. They're like, yeah, you're making money. You make enough money to cover this and go through that. But what kinds of things and what kind of history does a buyer need to bring if they're self-employed to prove like, hey, I'm worthy of buying a house?
Absolutely. I mean, it's not as complicated as you'd think. I mean, typically we can take 12 to 24 months worth of bank statements, whether that's business, personal, or a blend of both.
Okay.
And so, you need to be in the industry for 2 years typically.
Yeah.
But as a whole, but it doesn't have to be like this venture or that venture. So if you were a contractor and you opened a new LLC as a secondary contractor, like a partnership didn't work out or, whatever may have happened, then as long as you have industry experience in that 2 years, that's good enough. We just need 12 months of bank statements on a minimum, And, sometimes we can use 24 to get a higher expense ratio or something if we need to. So that's basically it. I mean, pretty simple, pretty simplistic thing.
What kind of down payment do they need to bring to buy a house?
So typically we're in that 15 to 20% range.
Okay.
And then, sometimes a little bit of a reserve is required, but it just depends on the situation.
Depends on the lender, depends on your business income, all that stuff. So really the easiest thing is just call George, right?
Just give me a call and we'll direct you in the right direction. No one bank statement loan is the same.
Yeah.
And a lot of the retail lenders in the market, when that just means that they service their own loans. But a lot of the retail lenders in the market may have a bank statement program, but they only have one. And we have access to 28 to 30 different lenders, so depending on the situation, is it a rural property? Is it an urban property? Maybe the type of business or different things, we'll be able to kind of navigate those waters for the client. So.
Yeah, there's a lot of things to think about. We're here to hit the easy button for you. If you're in the Houston area and you want to reach out to us, our contact information is in the link below in the video here. Reach out to us and we'll see you at the closing table.
We'll see you at the closing table.